Hey, what is going on everybody, and welcome to Fantasia. For today, we're going to be jumping into another session of Epic 7 out today. Got some more summoning for you guys. So jumping into this here, getting a dud in our first 10 pull, not a good sign, but hey, at least our first 30 summons are discounted. Rhianna and Luciella are finally up for grabs, and we are gonna get an oh my god, we are getting scammed out of our mystics here. I was hoping that we would at least get an artifact or something from these pulls, but yeah. Looks like we're getting nothing. Alright, Rhianna and Luciella are currently on rate up here, and they are currently on rate up with Violet Talisman. Now, it was revealed in the patch notes that through the special event that they're currently doing for the side story, featuring Rhianna and Luciella, there is a free artifact that you can get that is pretty decent. I believe it gives you 20% evasion, just flat evasion, and you get to stack attack and speed every time you take a turn. So it's sort of like Violet Talisman, but I would say stacking the speed, it can be decent, but I don't think it's as good as just starting off with pretty decent speed. It is good if you are lacking in the speed department and you really need something to help bolster your damage and your effectiveness, because they do scale those two stats off of their speed stat, so I think it's not bad. But yeah, I still think Violet Talisman should be a bit better than that one, just because it gives you the attack and it gives you the full evasion rather than kind of coping with 10% chance of getting hit. Alright, but we are gonna get a copy of Lua. The same, wow, we essentially got scammed here, because the chance of pulling the 5-star on rate up, the normal 5-star, is the same as pulling the ML5, so that could have been RNL, but alas, not quite what we were expecting. The good thing is Lua did get an exclusive equipment. Oh, I was excited there. It's the Soul Weaver, it's Angelica, there we go. Yeah, so Lua got an exclusive equipment, pretty cool. It does actually allow her to full reset anyone who's asleep, which I think is kinda wild. She does put a unit to sleep with her skill too, but keep in mind, you can have someone faster than her that puts people to sleep. And with that, you know, you could technically full skill reset the entire opponent's team, I believe. I believe that's how it works. I don't know. I have to look more carefully at the EE before I start making false statements, I guess. Alright, but, wow, we are deep into the summons here. I've just been doing 10 pulls mindlessly, but thankfully I do have enough to pity. I really don't want to pity, though. We're halfway to pity here with our mystic summons. There's another 5-star. Please be Violet Talisman, because I actually need that, and not really copies of Lua. There we go. No? It's a 4-star. Uh-oh. Don't tell me it's a ranger. Okay, there we go. Violet Talisman. Love to see it. There's only one 5-star artifact on rate up in Mystic Banners, so that's how you know. This is really nice, because I don't actually have, I don't have this artifact maxed out, right? Oh my goodness, another 5-star, but it's not purple, which means it's not RNL, which means it might be a Lua. Oh, unless it's a... No, come on, Violet Talisman. I'm actually really hoping for Violet Talisman. Violet Talisman. There you go, guys. Okay, I think we might be like one short of a plus 30. I'm actually not upset at this right now. Maybe at this, but not at the previous couple pulls. Oh, still 4 stars. Wow, this kind of sucks here. Okay, then. More 4-star. I don't mind 4-star artifacts above anything else, because they do give us quite a bit of powder, and that will be good for purchasing artifacts later. Alright, come on. Please? No? Oh my goodness. Okay, 57 summons left. I guess we're pitying RNL. Oh, okay, we're not pitying RNL. We just got like 75% of the way through the summons before we decided to get blessed with one here. But hopefully you guys who are summoning for her, best of luck to you all. Hopefully you don't need to almost reach pity like I did here. And here we go. RNL acquired, which is absolutely fantastic. And yeah, it's time for us to go build them up and then see what they can do. Here we are with a fully built Rhianna and Luciella, plus 15 molas for all the damage that we can possibly get, and I went ahead and max imprinted her as well, thanks to Smilegate for being quite generous and just giving us these imprints through gold transmit stones. So if you manage to pull a copy of Rhianna and Luciella, do be sure to use your gold transmits to max imprint her. That 18% crit rate is going to help a ton with building. Now, when it comes to the build, I actually realized that I do have a plus 30 Violet Talisman with the 2 copies that I just pulled earlier, and so now we have a plus 30 here, which is really nice. 10% attack, 10% evasion at the start of every turn. And this will stack so that Rhianna and Luciella get 30% attack and 30% evasion by the end of their 3rd turn. And I'm currently running speed and penetration set. I know some people are building her on the fervor set that just came out, the 2-piece that lets you do extra damage on an additional extra attack and stuff on your own turn, which I think is cool. However, I don't want to farm for a completely new set and then try to get like 20 plus speed pieces on them, so I'm currently just stripping some gear off of other units. We'll see how Rhianna and Luciella work. If I want to slow her down a little bit later, if I find out the speed is not too important, then we will do that, but for right now, this is as fast as I can really make her while going for like DPS stat lines, right, which I think is really solid. For our first match here, we're going to be going up against Lady of the Scales, Genesis Roz, Freerin, and Shepherd of the Dark DN. And with this team, I'm going to bring in RNL, who is now my fastest unit that I have built, along with Rhianna and Hecate. So Rhianna is going to be this kind of follow-up damage dealer in this situation, as opposed to like an opener, like she used to be. Because of course, she is no longer my fastest unit here. As you can see, we're outspeeding by quite a good margin. Now, we're going to open up with a skill 2 here onto the Shepherd of the Dark DN. I want to try and take her out as soon as possible. Let's test our oh, that's some pretty, actually, that's some pretty good damage. Wait a minute, that is actually not even fair. What? How are we dealing so much damage? That's insane. Okay, well, with our Luciella now, we're gonna skill 3. Now, the skill 3 would have ignored damage sharing had the Shepherd of the Dark DN survived, but it's okay. We're just gonna go ahead and rip this now, I guess, because why not? There is no immunity on this Freerin, so hopefully we can fear her and she'll lose this turn. But if not, it is perfectly fine because, hey, we can actually, you know what? Why don't we just steal the stats from this Freerin so that our Rhianna can do enough damage to try to finish her off. Let's see if we can do this. Rhianna as a cleanup unit, guys. That is disgusting. Can we get rid of this Genesis Roz and the Freerin? Oh man, guys, look at how clean that was. I kinda hate to use the same team over again. However, we did swap out Hecate for Briarwitch Assyria, which I think will be really nice against the Perfumer Bibulus here, preventing her from stacking the, you know, lingering fragrance on the team, and of course the extra hit chance against Arbiter Vildred. So let's go ahead and see if we can burst through this Lady of the Scales once again here. Love the pose of Rhianna right there, so that's pretty nice. Let's see if we can do this. Skill 2 onto the Lady of the Scales. If we can take her out, this would be absolutely amazing. All right. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, hang on. We didn't manage to do a debuff, right? So we don't get the extra attack. That kind of sucks. I didn't really think about that right there. Okay. Whoopsies. We'll have to go in for a skill 3 then. Don't mind me here. Probably should have soul burned that, but ooh, not too bad, not too bad. I kind of wanted to save the soul burn for this, so we're gonna go ahead and soul burn into our opponents here. Ignore resistance, defense break, unbuffable, all that good stuff, right? So Lady of the Scales, it gets procced, and she will go down to the fixed damage, boom, from the Bryceria. Everyone's defense broken, except our Vildred, and let's go ahead and skill 3. See if we can deal some good damage here. Rhianna should be able to finish off the Arbiter Vildred. Just hopefully it doesn't counter. He did not counter, which is wonderful. I will steal stats from the Notos here. And I think we should be fast enough to lap him here. Oh yeah, we pushed Notos all the way to the end of the combat readiness bar, guys. This is amazing. Okay, we're gonna skill 3. This will spell the end for Notos. And yeah, I mean, Notos in general is kind of weak to RNL, right? There's no holy sacrifice in this case. Even if there was, we would just lap him with how fast we are. Well, 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 what do we have here? A Frieren and a Ruel on defense team, really reminiscent of our recent RTA adventures. So why don't we go ahead and test our team against this and to see if we can actually do something here. We're running RNL as, of course, RNL is fast, speedy opener. But the rest of our team is going to be relatively slow, right, in comparison. And we'll see if we can actually make her work in a slower team. I think she should be quite independent. Ooh, I say that as there's another resistance there. That kind of sucks. We'll go for a skill 3. Hopefully we land some fears. But yeah, hopefully she can be run kind of independent, sort of like Rhianna, right? Where you don't really have to run her in a super cleave-oriented, aggressive team. So we have Bison Huayang coming in with some damage right onto the RNL, but that miss definitely saving us there. Not even breaking us out of the barrier, which is amazing. Yeah, that barrier scaling with the evasion, all that is actually kind of disgusting. So, I think what I'll do, we could superhumanize RNL, but do I really want to do that when I could just superhumanize Boss Arunka, keep her alive against this Bison Huayang? I think for this fight, we should be superhumanizing the Boss Arunka here. It's the safest bet. Right, get that defense buff and everything going, superhumanized. We should be able to withstand Bison Huayang skill 3, and that's the main thing. I want to protect the rest of my team here, so we'll go for this. Definitely do want to test out like damage and stuff with RNL with superhumanization, but do keep in mind that RNL, her bonuses from the this thing right here, right, 30% of speed, those bonuses do cap off, I believe. So my RNL is currently like 350 something crit damage. So she is maxed out in that regard. Okay, so we got Bison Huayang coming in. This is perfect. Estelle's also, well, she can't share the damage from this. Her skill 3 ignores damage share. However, for all other attacks, I am pretty much ignoring, or pretty much sharing 30% of the damage that is dealt, right? Which is really, really good. Okay, let's go for Nurse turn cycling here. She's actually relatively fast herself. I think I rebuilt her to be like 280 something speed. But yeah, let's see if we can withstand a couple hits here. See, look at that. Not bad, guys. With the damage share and her own evasion, it actually is going to keep her alive quite nicely. Estelle with a massive barrier there to help us out too. Let's go for a soul burn skill 3. That shouldn't hurt. We're generating quite a few souls here anyway. And we'll see if RNL can just turn cycle around here. Go for another skill 2. Her skill 3 is on, what, a 3-turn cooldown? So she should be really quick in terms of cycling, right? Skill 2, into an extra attack into a skill 3, right? On your extra turn that you get. And then on the next turn you skill 1, on the turn after that you can skill 2. If you run RNL, the artifact, if you proc it during your first initial set of combos, you should be able to skill 2 like immediately right off the bat. So that is something that's pretty cool. Do I want to do... Ooh, maybe I should save the soul burns here for that. I think what I'll do is just skill 1 here for right now. No reason to do the skill 2 just yet. Just because there is invincibility, and I'm pretty sure I don't have enough effectiveness for that. Even though I should have about 100 effectiveness, given the buff from RNL, right? Their permanent status effect there. Which, by the way, that yellow status thing, it's not considered a buff. It's strange. It's considered just like attribute. It's like a trait, a unique effect that's being applied here, as they say. So Notos can actually dispel this. Like he would, you know, Ruel's buffs or Boss Arunka's buffs and stuff like that, right? So we'll see if RNL can come in and do some pretty decent burst damage here. If I can strip this defense buff, that'd be amazing. Let's go for the skill 2. Right here, got that attack buff. Ooh, that's some nice damage. Still didn't debuff here. Okay. Oh wait, sorry. Luciella doesn't get that. When she attacks and the HP is 50% or less, which Boss Arunka's actually isn't, we would get that extra attack there. So we missed the extra attack in both cases. Not incredibly reliable, I would say. So do keep that in mind. Against tankier teams, oh my god, did I just vaporize Bystander Hua-Young? That's kind of funny. Against tankier teams, you might not be able to proc that extra attack. Tankier as in high resist, high bulk type of teams, right? So definitely keep that at the back of your mind when you're planning out your like rotations and who you're targeting with her, right? In this case, we have no choice but to target the Bossarunka because she is the only one here. But down she goes, and now we can focus down this Ruel. It's a bit of a longer fight, but I think it is important to showcase her in these longer scenarios so you get a feel of like her turn cycling and her rotations and stuff, right? And also her survivability, I'm gonna say, quite surprising, seeing as, well, we do have damage mitigation and stuff, but still, even then. Let's go ahead and superhumanize the RNL. Now that the threat of a Bystander Hua-Young is neutralized, I think our Bossarunka will be just fine here with Estelle on the team. So now, let us have a little bit of fun here. Skill 2 into the Ruel. Oh, there's the defense break. There's the bind. There's the revive here. We take an extra turn. Can we finish off the Ruel? Oh, not quite. So close, though. So close. Okay, if we had a skill 3, I think that probably would have done the trick. Speaking of, even though there's immunity on the Freerin, right? Rhianna would dispel 2 buffs here. So let's go for it. Beautiful, except we didn't land the fear on the Freerin. That's a little sad. It's okay. But yeah, RNL, you can actually kind of outgrind your opponent a little bit, right? Outpace them, loop around them, and take care of units like Ruel relatively easily, right? Not saying that it is the best thing ever, but relatively easily. Here we go, let's dual attack here. Oh, beautiful damage, taking her out, wonderful stuff. And honestly, let's see if we can take out the Freerin with this. Good bleed. We land another one, there you go, boom. So yeah, RNL, not too shabby in a slower team. I think she can be used independently, just like Rinok has in the past. Let's pivot a little bit more back to the aggressive side of things, right? Pacing and all that. We have a Bossarunka here with a Rinok on the other side. Not really too confident in my speed personally, so I am going to bring in a speed imprint in the form of Tactical Archetype Koli. She also brings a lot of control to the team, which allows us to deal with Notos, Brywitch for the ability to stop him from reviving with Holy Sacrifice, and Shepherd the Dark Dian as just like an extra damage dealer. So we'll see if Arnell can just take down this Bystander Hua-Young. She is kind of our primary DPS here, so let's see. We're gonna soul burn. Koli has an artifact that provides us some souls too, right, along with Dian's book. So let's go ahead and do this, see if we can land some debuffs here. Defense break would be huge. Nice bind. Unfortunately, resist there on the Koli, which is weird because I have 250 effectiveness, but it's okay. Extra attack, proccing the Bystander Hua-Young. Here's where it gets a little bit dangerous, right? Okay, alright, there we go. That's actually fine. I was gonna say, if he hits RNL, we do have a bit of a danger zone right there. 20% chance to hit, not evade, and we're quite squishy right now without the barrier from our skill 3. Oh my god, but there goes the enemy team, I guess. I don't know if this damage is fair or not. It definitely doesn't feel fair, let me tell you that. Let's go ahead and skill 3 here. We have a swift attack buff on our Tactical Archetype Koli, allowing us to loop back around pretty quickly. And even though we can't debuff this Bystander Hua-Young, it is quite alright, guys, because yeah, we're gonna be lapping her. Look how far back she is in combat readiness. We don't even have the soul burn here. Just go for a little bit of damage with the skill 3, right? Koli's gonna loop back around. We should be able to skill 1 the Notos. There he goes. Holy Sacrifice can't proc. And because Luciella is the last one from the tag out, we have extra damage every time we use our skill 1. Now that we've had our fun, it's time to kind of troll around a little bit, see what we can come up with in terms of teams with RNL. As long as she's an opener, right, you could bring Shepherd of the Dark Dian to pretty much any fight. It's kind of like Bryceria in this instance as well, right? And we'll also be testing out maybe like Commander Pavel with her too, because I think with the amount of times that you're taking turns and critting, I think she's like a one-man or one lady, or I guess two-lady combo for Commander Pavel to proc, right? So that's kind of cool. Anyway, Swift Flagbearer Sigrid is hot on her heels. Whoa, we almost got outsped there. It's fine. Let's go for a Soul Burn on the skill 2 here. See if we can get any nice damage going. Very nice. Bind and Defense Break, right? Shepherd of the Dark DN pushing up, stripping the evasion from that Swift Flagbearer Sigrid. We are going to get hit with an extra attack here from the Bystander Huayang, but that shouldn't be too bad. Yeah, all of our units are relatively tanky. And let's go for a skill 3. Swift Flagbearer Sigrid is gonna get outsped here by the whatchamacallit. Ooh, there we go. Very nice damage by the Shepherd of the Dark DN. We do strip and fear the Sigrid, so I guess 2 can play at that game, right? And we'll seal and push back everybody, Notos included. Bystander Huayang's fine. He's already procced. Most she can do is counter us, but we're immortals. We don't really care. And now that my opponent's sealed, I could actually just kind of nuke them. So I am just going to copy my Guard Captain Crow. I don't even think I'm going to Soul Burn this one. Actually, you know what? I might. I'm going to Soul Burn this one just to get rid of the get rid of this Bystander Huayang. Let's go for this thing. Soul Burn it, so it's a single target attack. Boom! They're down, and now I can technically... Actually, you know what? Let's just play it safe. Let's just go for the Notos here. Soul Burn this, make it a single target attack. I don't know if I trust the AoE damage here to be enough. Yeah, because there is the... I knew it. I knew the damage wasn't adding up. It's because there's a damage share with the Empyrean Ilinov here. Anyway, let's just go for a skill 1, dual attack with the RNL, and that should finish things off super nicely and cleanly. I love this. I love this unit, guys. It's going to be so bad to fight against an RTA, though. That's for sure. Alright guys, we have another kind of weird match on our hands because I kind of just want to play with Blooming Litica and Pirate Captain Flan here. I'm bringing a speed imprint in the form of Tactical Archetype Coley into this Rinnoc. I really don't trust my speed. I know some of you guys are out there like, as of a 316, what a whale's speed. What do you mean? What do you mean don't trust your speed? Yeah, and do I need to say more? This is gonna be a what? 328 speed RNL here that we just got outsped by this Rinnoc. Yeah, I don't know what to say, guys. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and skill 3 with RNL into the whatchamacallit. Oh my goodness. Okay, into the Estelle. We do get a heal and a cleanse from the opponent, but RNL actually does heal us up with that lifesteal. That extra attack was really good. The good thing is we also got restrict on our opponent here, so this Estelle can't counter, which is amazing. Let's go ahead and skill 3 though. She is probably gonna cleanse from this. Oh yeah, there she goes. She cleanses, which means she can counter, and now everyone's feared. So I am going to skill 3 into the... Do I go for the Estelle or do I go for somebody else? I kind of want to go into the Bibulus, but let's go into the Estelle. If I hit anybody else, Estelle's going to counter. She's going to put up a giant barrier. We have to go for this right here. This is kind of a control team featuring RNL, right? Bibulus does cleanse, which means I could technically risk this and just go for a skill 1 here. Oh, nice little dual attack. Didn't really expect that. Boom, nice stun. Does Noto snap out of fear? He does not, so we got very, very, very lucky with this one here. Let's take out the Bibulus. Boom, beautiful. And I believe we should be able to kind of control our opponent now. I am going to stun the Notos with a Soul Burn, just in case. And now it should be easy pickings. That was honestly down to RNG, 40% chance that we lose if Noto snaps out of fear. Definitely don't recommend this team necessarily, but doing this for fun and risking everything just so you don't have to. Alright, we got RNL here with a skill 2. Notos has a bomb on him, but it's okay. Let's skill 2 here for some damage. Oh, we do take him down below half health. Boom. Swift attack buff on the Rhianna Luciella. There we go. We got the erosion. We proc that as well. Noto should be going down here. He is actually really far back in terms of his combat readiness, which is huge, because now when he comes back, we can stun him again. Swift attack buff on everybody, by the way, thanks to the Pirate Captain Flan. Can't hit the Rinnoc because the reasons. Yeah, there we go. He is going to attack the Politica, so that's not good. RNL should survive. Okay, yeah, there we go. Pirate Captain Flan also okay. we'll just go for the skill 1. And there we go. Finally got a skill 3 back up, and you can see that RNL's like skill rotation gets kind of thrown a little bit out of whack. We get the skill 3 here. Next turn we can skill 2 into a skill 1. It's not gonna line up perfectly, right? Anyway, let's go for the Notos. Oh, no bomb. Uh-oh. It's fine here. Let's go for a skill 2. There we go. Landed the debuffs. That extra attack comes in. Lifesteal, heal up. Yeah, even though it's quite risky, kind of fun. But goes to show that, yeah, 316 speed is not really all you think it is. Okay guys, got another fun little match for you guys here. Xeno is going to be on our team because we have double evasion units on the other side, something that I think RNL might struggle with a little bit herself. She has nothing really to guarantee that she can hit these evasion units, and if you can't hit the evasion units, one, you're not going to be able to land your debuffs, no extra attacks there from Luciella, and no extra attacks from Rhianna either if you can't get them below half health, right? These guys like Bellona and Setsuga are quite tanky, so I'm going to start off with a little soul burn action here onto this Bossa Runka. See if we can land these debuffs. There we go. Push up that Shepherd of the Dark DN. I need to go to make sure I can seal my opponents, because otherwise we'll be a little bit screwed. Now I did bring Emma Politis here to cheat a little bit, and by cheat I mean I really don't want my opponents to proc their extra attacks, right? So I don't want them to gain fighting spirit, and so we somehow, oh yeah, that's right. Well, we had Xeno. Xeno's also a bit of a cheat because he allows us to hit these units, which is kind of nice. So there you go. I think we should be able to take down Lady of the Scales here. Very nice. Oh, wait, hang on. Didn't take her out? That's not good. The good thing is Bellona and Setsuga are so far back that we should be okay at this point, but yeah. ML Politis definitely helpful in situations like this. Otherwise, you can see that Bellona would have had enough fighting spirit to proc. Let's go for a, let's just go for a normal skill 3 here. I don't think I need to soul burn it. We could soul burn Xeno, but because we get the rage buff from ML Politis anyway, that synergy is already there, so Xeno doesn't need to. And he should be able to, wait a minute, hang on. What was he supposed to get? Is he supposed to get, yeah, rage. Okay, cool. And if he has rage here, we actually ignore effect resistance, right? As long, and then we also inflict rupture and cannot buff. So I think we just go for it. Come on now. Come on now. Uh-oh. Whoa-oh. That, Here we go. There's the extra attacks coming in onto us. Xeno goes down, surprisingly. And now they're going for the Shepherd of the Dark DN. Okay, a little bit sad. Lady of the Scales should have gone down a little bit earlier. Unfortunately, it didn't work out that way. Let's go ahead and attack the Setsuga here. And you can see now that we're in a disadvantage, a place of disadvantage is what I wanted to say. Because, well, we lost our Xeno, and my opponent can now still evade and counterattack, so that's not good. There's a little counter from the... Oh my gosh, this guy's blocking so many lethal whispers. Oh my gosh, we're almost down. Let's see if we can go for... Let's go for a soul burn on this. Oh, there we go. Beautiful stuff. Nice lifesteal from the Luciella there. And we actually did manage to crit, so that was kind of lucky. Let's go for a skill 2. Now that Bellona's by herself, she only has a 15% chance to evade. And there you go, we managed to do it. But you can see how tricky evasion can be for RNL, so if you plan to use them, keep in mind that that's kind of one of their weaknesses. In general, though, I think RNL is a pretty good opener for most type of teams, whether you're playing slower or more aggressive. Obviously, in this case, we're just playing a bit more aggressively to showcase her off some more. However, I am actually a little bit concerned here because I think we might get a little bit outsped. It's fine. Let's go for the nurse. She typically doesn't have too much effect resistance. I know Arya gives a little bit, but nice. We do get the bind. Get that defense break there. Beautiful. RNL comes in, finishes off the nurse, and now we can skill 3. Which I really need this to land some fears. I don't know if we will with the ML Arya, but we'll see. There we go, that's not too bad. Let's go for a skill 3 here. We should have enough effectiveness to deal with the ML Arya. 250 effectiveness from the Coley. Boom, there we go. Got the bombs. Wonderful stuff. Festive Ida comes in. Let's see if we take too much fixed damage from this extra attack here. I was trying to go for like a Frida Aki play, but it seemed like this Ida was actually really fast and I was a little bit too slow. So, yeah, fixed damage doesn't really affect us here with our RNL, which is wonderful. And I don't think I can do that. I think we'll just skill 3 here. Skill 1 would only cleanse 1 debuff, so we'll just push up with the skill 3. Aki is honestly kind of useless at this point, but it is fine. Do I want to soul burn this? You know what? Fine, let's just soul burn this here. Boom, boom. There we go. And might as well just let Aki have his time to shine. Trying to go for something a bit more interesting here, but no, RNL just kind of stole the show because she has way too much damage. And for our final match over here, we're going to be taking RNL into probably one of her worst matchups ever, which is Harsetti. Harsetti limiting speed is definitely the nail in the coffin here for RNL because all of her skills are based on speed. Her entire identity is based on speed, and so we have our work cut out for us in this fight here. The good thing is we do have the ability to maybe push back our opponent's Harsetti, push up our Shepherd of the Dark DN, and then we can seal everyone. That would be kind of cool. I think the best option to go for here is, surprisingly, the Bibulus. I want to put as many debuffs on her as possible so she cannot cleanse herself with the Veritas. So let's go for the skill 3 there, push up the team. DN is able to seal and then push back everybody else, which is good. This should proc the Pirate Captain Flan. Oh, no, never mind. Doesn't proc the Pirate Captain Flan. Okay, let's go for a skill 2. Who do I want to defense break and take out? Honestly, I kind of want to take out the Bibulus here, but Noto seems to be... Notos is an issue, but... Oh, it's so tricky, guys. It's so tricky. Do I soul burn this and not have souls to the Pirate Captain Flan? Because if she takes an extra turn, we can potentially bomb twice just in case Notos resists. I think it's the safest play. Let's just go with a skill 2 here. Into the Harsetti. There we go. She's the only one that really has like low resist here. So we got the extra attack there. Let's go for a skill 3. We should be able to fear everyone. Or not everyone, but most of everybody here. 2 or 3 units. There we go. Okay, Bibulus does get feared. Empyrean Ilanov is the one that actually doesn't. So I'm going to skill 1 the Notos. Very cool. I'm going to skill 3 here to put bombs on everybody. And because Bibulus was feared, she actually can't move to cleanse the team with her passive. And we can loop back around. I want to get rid of the Empyrean Ilanov before she cleanses, so let's do this. Right, if she skill 3s, that could be bad for us. There we go. Notos will get bombed on the next turn, so that should be fine. Let's go for the Bibulus herself. There we go. So now we get to proc the Swift Attack buff, and with that, let's get rid of this. Beautiful stuff, and we should be able to detonate the bombs here. There we go. Pretty successful team, I should say. We do lap around, so it's all good. We get to skill 2 here, actually. This should be game. Notos doesn't really stand too much of a chance. And there you guys have it. RNL, in general, I think she is such a powerful and amazing unit. Definitely recommend pulling for her. There's a reason why they're promoting her like crazy. With that being said though, guys, I thank you so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, subscribe for more Epic 7 content, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care.